Good morning, America. My name is Danny. I'm a 49-year-old American. This is my show, Danny's Pit. It's not for children, so if you're under the age of 18, it is not for you. While I have your attention, please get to hit the like, subscribe, and share, please. And also remember, they might ban TikTok, and I don't always post everything on TikTok. So if you're following me on TikTok, you need to come over and sub up to Danny's Pit on YouTube. It'll make you eligible for the perks, and my giveaways are always free. And if you get the dog tag, send me a picture of it, please. Send me a picture of you with the dog tag. I've sent a bunch out, and nobody has sent me a picture yet. And I'd like to be able to show the rest of the pit is why. You can hide your face if you want. You could wear a mask. You could just hang it from your hand and just show that part of it. I don't care. Just to show that I'm real and what I say I do, and I do what I say. So, topic of today's pit. Now I got all that out of the way. Man, that was a mouthful. Israel strikes Iran. And man, did they. They were blowing up areas around and near the nuclear energy mountain in Iran. And Iran's downplaying it, saying, oh, they didn't hit nothing important. They don't know what they're doing. When Israel's saying, yeah, we do. This isn't really going to be about this, though. Okay, this is Israel against Iran. Now, I'm guilty of this, too, being a kid that grew up during the end part of the Cold War. You know, Reagan ended the Cold War, but the ending part was really scary for me. I was young. I didn't understand it. You know, Cold War sounds like the end of the world, and it would have been if it hadn't been for Reagan and Gorbachev hitting it off like old golfing buddies or something. But anyway, so you know, I guess there's Iran struck Israel, I guess a week ago, and Israel responds by coming in and blowing up all kinds of stuff using missiles and drones. Now, this is where you know, they're blowing up areas around that nuclear energy mountain. Iran's downplaying everything. It was, I guess, last Friday Iran struck Israel, so I guess it's a response for that. Israel isn't taking credit for this yet, though, as of this taping. So far, Iran says they don't know what future steps they'll take because they don't know who to take them against. Now, this could all just be lies, more conjecture or whatever, you know, or it could be the real deal. But let's get off of this for 1 second. My dad was in the Navy, and he was attached to a squadron. He was on an aircraft carrier, and he was an aviation ordnanceman. And he, at one point in my life, I was petrified. Red Dawn came out, and I thought, oh, for sure they're coming in. For sure they're coming in. And he took me to the base that I was born on, and he was best friends with the Master Chief of Weapons at the time. He was an E9, E-God, for all you Navy guys out there. And for the rest of you Navy brats, shout out. But this particular guy was an E9, he was a Master Chief. And he took, my dad explained to him what I was afraid of. So the gunnery sergeant took us on a little tour of the base. I got to see some things that are barely coming out now. Okay, these Iron Man suits, where guys are flying from one boat to I seen those back in the 80s. Imagine what they really have now. If they're barely letting out that technology from back then to now, imagine what they really have underground or wherever the hell their secret bases are. One thing I want you to know is all we need is the United States Navy. Army's okay, Air Force is okay too. But the United States Navy owns the sea. We own the oceans. The only thing more powerful than the United States Navy in the ocean is God controlling the tides. The Navy they got the Marine unit, they got the SEAL teams, they got the air armament, they got the battleships, the warships, the carriers, the cruisers, the destroyers. Nobody has anything for us. And when I was younger, and I think I mentioned this on a pit about the end of time, and it was supposed to be some guy coming out of Iran or somewhere like that. It sounds really scary, but I saw another story where some Iranian troops are already surrendering for food, throwing their weapons on the ground and basically saying, "Feed us." They're not showing you that. Iran is not this big superpower that we need to be worried about. The only thing that they could probably do is just get operatives over here to do little things over here, and I'm not going to give nobody no ideas, so I'm going to end that right there. I don't want to plant those seeds. That's the only threat anybody over there has against the United States of America. You see, up until 9/11, we've never been struck on our homeland, ever, since the Revolutionary War. So we're ready for it now. And those guys, they just hijacked some planes and flew them into, as horrible as it was. I mean, I cried, you cried, everybody cried. But those were 4 guys on a mission. Can you imagine a couple of hundred of them? And they're all coming in through the southern border and have been for the last 2.5 years at 20, 30, 40,000 at a time. It's unreal. But let me get back to this. I have the utmost confidence in the United States Navy to be able to handle anything. Like I said, before, they have jetpack, they have Iron Man suits, they have cloaking camouflage, like Harry Potter's, cloaking cape. They have that. They have heads-up display on their LCDs now. They have, there's a lot they have that the average American doesn't know about, and if the average American does know about it, then they got shit 10 times better than that. So the whole point of this pit wasn't to give you a play-by-play of how Iran took care or what Israel's doing. It's to tell you, let's worry about our own home. Let's do some house cleaning before we worry about over there. Okay, no one's going to come over here and get us. If they are, they're probably already here, like I just unfortunately had to say. And when the hits the fan, your average American like me and you will probably arm up and do what we got to do if it happens that way. But I guarantee you it won't, because where I live, they wouldn't make it 500 miles off the coast of California before any one of the 5 or so air bases around here would pick them up on radar and blow them up somewhere over Hawaii or something. So I'm not worried about that, and you shouldn't be either. Worry about the ones coming up that damn border. That's where the problem is, right there. And it just had a whole flood of Chinese people come through. Now a whole flood of Arab people are coming through, and that place needs to get sealed up. And Trump's right, mass deport. And I'm not against, like I said, immigrants and migrants who are here legally. I just don't like illegal aliens here at all. They're causing all kinds of mess. They're giving me tons of pit material, and I don't want that kind of material. I want them gone. That's the next pit I want to make. Hey, they're all gone now. You can come back outside and enjoy your downtown. The tents are, have been removed. Anyway, stay vigilant, America. I'm gonna wrap it up. Keep looking forward, but once in a while, look behind you. There's a lot of stories they're not going to tell you about. You need to stay self-informed. Okay, but don't read the wrong stuff. And I can't tell you what the right stuff is, because it's basically whatever blows your hair back. But, when you do read something or you have to make a decision on something, use your mind. Don't use your heart. I've said this about 5 times on the show. Jesus said himself, the heart is wicked and deceitful above all things. What man can understand it? He said, follow not your heart, follow me. So just think about that. If it feels good, then do it. I stay in my lane. No, you follow the word of God is what you do. And you deny yourself, not just if it feels good, do it. Sometimes you have to deny yourself things to be right with this. So anyway, God bless each and every one of you. Stay healthy, stay safe. Go give someone a call you love. Go hug someone you love. Tomorrow's not promised. God bless these wonderful and beautiful United States of America we are lucky as hell to be living in. And I want to say thank you to Ambassador O. Christ on TikTok. Thank you for that post, bro. That was awesome. I showed that to my wife. I made her sick with it this morning, so thank you very much. That was actually really cool. So I appreciate it. And I don't forget things like that. LFR Van did me a favor a while back. Had another guy, I forgot I didn't write his name down, did me a favor. Tough in Tennessee did me a favor. Now this Ambassador of Christ. We're building a community, guys. We're doing this. So I'll be back should YouTube allow it. Until then, stay tuned. Thank you, pit members. You freaking rock. Thank you. Until then, I'll be back.